Hello, welcome to Drunk Money. This is part 2 of my 3-part series on that big 50K number. How you can get to 50K in the markets, why that's an important number, and in my journey. So this is part 2. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, click that bell to get notifications, and I'll be sure to make more. So this is part 2. This is about my journey. I grew up in Michigan, and my family, even though they had a good income, we always lived paycheck to paycheck. So the mentality was that if you had money left over, you would save it. And of course, we never did. I didn't learn about this mentality till later, reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, but you know, that's kind of poor dad thinking. In 2010, I moved out to Colorado. I had a decent job and an employer match, so I took advantage of that. A colleague of mine encouraged regular contributions to a broker index fund. So he hooked me up with his broker through Primerica. And this guy met with me, said, you know, they work with families as little as $25 a month, and they invest the funds for you. So I went ahead and did that at $100 a month. I was, again, you know, still a student, but making good money, and, you know, didn't really know what I was doing, but my bills were paid, so I contributed to this Primerica fund. Well, I left that job, and I didn't know what to do with these different accounts. I had the 401k account in the job, and then I had my separate brokerage account with the index funds. And so as I researched on moving things over to where I was kind of in control of things, I learned about the Bogleheads and expense ratios. So this was basically this is a community by Jack Bogle, who created Vanguard funds, and they've done study after study that shows the expenses of operating these funds can really dig into your gains. So essentially, if you can just get into the index funds, you buy all the companies in the market and have low expense fees, then you're going to do well, right? So I looked into my Primerica stuff. The fees were there. They were trying to say that they could predict the markets and that they could have better outcomes. And honestly, everybody says that. All the brokers. There's a great documentary or a great show that John Oliver does on retirement accounts, and there's even a PBS special that talks about how anyone can call themselves a broker or a financial advisor, and they are sometimes commissioned and earn money based on a product that they sell you. So I got out of those funds, I pulled all my money out and moved into Vanguard, and I started paying myself first. So this is one of the first times I shifted my thinking. Instead of waiting for money at the end, I paid myself first. And I was still not reaching my max $5,500 a year towards the Roth. You know, I was still doing $100 or $200 a paycheck. Hi, kitty. I was still not budgeting, and I had no emergency fund. I was still living paycheck to paycheck, but I shifted to paying myself first, then I paid the bills and spent the rest. Fast forward a little bit, I did purchase a house with my wife, and we house hacked to save money. So this was a huge thing for us as far as finances. We had 2 extra bedrooms. We even left them empty for a while. We didn't use them, and we just felt like it was a big house for, you know, a big mortgage, and we weren't using half the space. So we rented out the rooms, you know, mortgages covered, and so that saved us a lot of money. Yes, we have sacrifices living with roommates, but if you are willing to make that sacrifice, if you do thorough interviews, then it really works out great. Maxed out my Roth IRA for the first time last year. That's 2017. And then only this year did I start getting into budgeting, so actually tracking every penny. So that's a strategy in a lot of financial circles. Give every penny a job, and so I just started doing that. I'm a big fan of the Simple account, which is an online bank account, and they have a great app to budget things. And so it's called envelope budgeting, zero balance budgeting. Every penny gets a job, and I spend from those categories. Once I'm done spending from my eating out category, I don't eat out anymore. Or I have to consciously pull from another category, say clothes, or, you know, or something else, right? Gas money. So I have to consciously pull from categories instead of what I was used to do growing up, which was blindly spend money until I ran out of money. So once I maxed out my Roth IRA, I got into budgeting and I finally saved an emergency fund. So I did the $1,000, and then I got 6 months, and feel pretty good about that. Again, my truck just has a problem, so it's digging into my emergency fund, but that's what it's for. So I will replenish it once that's paid off. So I paid off this year. I paid off my car, and I paid off my ridiculous cost of a cell phone, which, again, after learning money, I'm not going to buy a $700 phone again. I'll be buying, a $200 phone or something a little bit more affordable. But those things are paid off, so I really don't have any kind of monthly expenses as far as items like that. I still pay for internet. I still have student loans. That's one of my big goals, a lot of student loans. But just wanted to give you a little insight into my journey. I don't have kids, so that's a helpful expense that's not going out there. But I don't make a lot of money. I can contribute to a Roth, and I think that anyone can do this. It's part 3 is going to be coming next about how you can do it too. If you like, hit like, and have a great day.